issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
Welcome, everybody. It's that very special time of day when our listeners get to ask Alice. We've got a lot of questions here for you.
Just pick a nice, juicy one.
Oh, all right. Let's see. This one's from Levi. There's been a lot of zombie shows recently. Do you think they could be real? And could they maybe be nice instead of horrible?
Oh, that is a good one. I have some friends high up in the insurance industry, and they tell me zombies are very real. Well, they're keeping a lid on it for now, but they're completely rethinking life insurance.
Really?
You want those walking corpses collecting benefits on their own deaths? But the best thing for a zombie outbreak is heavy metal music.
They like it?
Oh, very much so. And eat a good, healthy breakfast beforehand in case you have to run a long way.
Now that is good advice. You're listening to Deluxe Relax.
And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
More local news today. The tourism board just released their latest figures, and somehow the number of visitors to the region fell by over 20% last season.
Well, that's fine by me, Jim. I just love it here. Maybe we'll keep it our little secret.
I like the sound of that, Glenda.
co-host Sarah has been making a lot of great strides with recently.
Self-confidence and decisiveness.
That's right. And which one is more important?
Self-confidence?
We'll be back after this.
We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays and drive safe.
Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business is doing well, that floats our boats.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda.
driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
You're listening to Deluxe Relax with Alice Brash.
I'm her assistant and co-host Sarah, although she's really more of a role model.
It's what you believe that counts, dear.
And if you believe in yourself, you can believe in anything.
Thanks, everybody. We'll be right back.
This just in from traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major roads, especially during rush hour.
Good to know, Jim. Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing down. And if you can, plan your trip outside the rush.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time. Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere. And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back.
Hey, E-Boss, how you going? Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Can't complain. Just had some days off and yeah, just chilling. What's happening in your part of the wood?
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets
Ah, that's
until
good to
conditions
hear.
improve. This has
Yeah, well, it's
been
starting to
a
get cooler
local
here,
public
but
service
you know,
announcement.
not that much compared to where you guys are.
You're listening to Deluxe Relax with Alice Brash, and I'm her co-host, Sarah.
Thank you,
Yeah,
dear.
it's autumn for us now,
So,
middle of
Alice, there
autumn,
are so many things I
but the
do want to
temperature's
ask
still
you
pretty
about
nice.
lately.
Still sitting on about,
I could
I don't
use
know,
most
22
of
degrees.
it.
Let's turn to the page on hypnotism. I've always
It's probably
wondered
the
what it
best time of the
is.
year weather-wise for us,
All right,
actually.
hypnotized kid.
Cool at night,
You?
warm in the day.
I mean, right now, I feel kind of normal.
That's all part of the effect. Here, I'll tell you what.
Yes, I mean the
Let's take
tropical
a trip.
part.
Scratch my face.
There is pretty cold parts in Australia as well.
Hmm?
It goes all the way from one end of the scale to the other,
Hurry.
and we're in the middle, about the middle.
No, I think I feel about the same.
Still hypnotized.
Oh no.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident.
Yeah, the
Someone
Goldilocks zone of
reported a
Australia.
vehicle missing.
Road
Pretty
maintenance
much, really.
crews have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while
So
until
have you
traffic
seen
clears
my
up.
new city, Vincentia?
You already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile,
I had to start a new city because my last city,
more local
there's an
news.
issue with the road builder
Technology
mod,
just released
and
updates
even
today
though the guy
suggesting
updated it
while the
with the new
number of
patch,
visitors
the
to
new
the
major
region
patch,
fell by over 20%
it
this
basically
week.
Well, that's fine by me.
slows the simulation speed really, really slowly in that old city, which is a bit disappointing.
I like
So
the sound of that, Brenda.
started a whole new one again. Yeah, I've got this. I tried to get a specific pattern going for the main CBD or downtown, if you will, in here. I already got my city hall. There's a lot of new assets as well, which is good. So this is more of a modern city hall. And I'm trying to get some symmetry going, so I've got the church here, which I still got to work on, surrounding the church that is. So you should be able to see straight through City Hall here. And that should be pretty straight on. And then to this major tower at the top here, which is actually a Chinese asset. And I'll have Parkland probably running through the middle. Yeah, the City Hall building's pretty good. And yeah, I've already got somewhat of a subway system going in here as well. And rail system, so it's quite a large map. And there's a lot of flat ground on this map as well, which is good. It's quite an interesting map, really. And yeah, this was the first part I started with, which is Vincentia Beach. And there's a whole bunch of cool Mediterranean assets as well. So this beachside place has got a bit of a Mediterranean asset feel. And there's actually some beach assets now as well, so you can actually kind of do something with the beach. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. I do like these Mediterranean buildings. They do look good, especially from down here. Kind of has a real nice feel. Yeah, so it's getting, this game's definitely getting better, and the speed's going pretty well as well. At the moment I'm at what, 74,000, and it's pretty smooth. Just pulling up the FPS and see what we get there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't though. Well, I can't see it, but you can see that it's pretty fluid. Not really any lag, it's pretty much at the highest graphics settings. Yeah, a bit like Miami. They've got sort of the main freeway systems in place. This is the second central station here, which will be South Vincentia, where I start building out through here. And then the main central station through here, which is the historic central station. Yeah, big lines are all planned out. Heaps of people using the subway. So yeah, so it's just, I like to get the detail right, which is a bit time consuming. I have to kind of go block by block and move the assets to get, you know, so you can see here where I haven't done yet, how sort of boxy it looks. So it is a little bit time consuming. This is the first university, which is a modern asset as well. So VCU, Vincentia City University, with a library on the waterfront. Yeah, station building's pretty cool. And then I've got a port already, so people drive down to the port district here. I've got 3 terminals going already, taking advantage of the natural harbour that's in here. Keeping all the industrial away from the city. And a rail line already runs out here as well. So in a way it's kind of good starting a new city because you get to use sort of all the new assets properly. See how the traffic flow is going out of here. Creeping into the city. Yeah, I thought that was good. It was also a matter of, I think the wind, if I check the wind direction, so this is probably the best site for wind direction as well. So it blows, you have to think about the wind direction for industrial areas in CS2. So it's good here, it blows it all out, so it's perfect for the harbour and industrial. Because basically if I build it anywhere over here, it's going to go towards the city. Yeah, the mod that's causing an issue in the old city doesn't cause an issue in this city. So it's a weird glitch. I think one other person I met on Reddit had the issue. He tried to get in contact with the modder, but he's not responding. So, which is a bit disappointing. So I've got that whole city that was halfway built, and I can't really. It might be savable later on. Even this bridge is pretty cool as well. I mean, this is one of the original assets anyway, but yeah, cars coming through here. Get a nice view if we can catch one. Coming through here. It's already starting to look pretty good. Looking pretty vibrant. Yeah, you can't, yeah. But it's one of the major mods, this road builder, where you can customize the road assets. So you'd hope that he, being one of the main modders, will, you know, who knows, in the future update it'll probably be fine and I can go back to that city. If I still want to, I guess. But yeah, I like how this is coming out now. I like the form that it's taking. See the massive tower in the background. So yeah, it's coming along pretty well. Whoa. Full speed is working properly, obviously. And there's plenty of opportunities for bridges as well. So yeah, eventually, obviously, this island will get built out with basically mostly high, with well, pretty much all high density, and medium density over here. And then yeah, start doing some low density further along here. This sort of will be interesting because there's a lot of flat land, so in theory I could really build this out quite significantly. I'm guessing over here is probably a great spot for an airport. I wonder if the full-size airport, I still haven't used one of those yet, how that would look in there. Oh, actually, it might work there. I just hate how it's a square. Maybe I can get it to be partially over the water like that. Yeah, that'll probably work. Yeah, the ribbons of trees. I actually love that, and I did that. I think you remember when I did that in CS1. But yeah, this was actually on the map already. So whoever created this map already put these ribbons of trees. So I guess the idea is I should try to preserve them as natural green corridors throughout the suburbia areas. I mean, it's a little bit harder to do that in the first initial parts, and maybe try to keep this island some sort of green space as well. Yeah, it's a massive asset, that airport. But yeah, it looks like this is kind of a perfect spot for the airport, really, without it looking too stupid being that square. They need to bring out their airport DLC where you can make airports properly again. But yeah, it's getting there. I'm probably going to put tram line in here as well. Probably run it straight through the city so they can hook up with the subway system. If I can see the transport. So we've got a few transport lines already. Yeah, definitely, yeah, parks as well through the ribbons. But it just makes it look really natural, and that's what I loved about that one city in CS1 that I did. It really makes it look, I guess, more natural. Because I mean, really, in real life, all these sort of green space ribbons would have creeks running into the waterways, and would generally be the lower land anyway, floodways. Here we got west, so that can be, I'll just get my bearings right. Okay, so that's north. So yes, this will be west. Call it West Vincentia Station for now. Might give it a real name. Station. Yeah, my work's going right. I'm working as a proper planner now, so I'm permanent at where I am. So permanent at a local council, working as a planner now. So yeah, still definitely doing that. I haven't changed careers. Although I was thinking it'd be pretty cool to do quantum mechanics, but yeah, obviously you'd have to like do a Bachelor of Science. It's a pretty, my math is okay, but yeah, I don't know. Quantum mechanics just fascinates me, but I think I should stick to what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah, cheers, man. No, I'm kind of joking, kind of. I mean,
Sarah.
I guess I mean, if I did that, it's not one of those things that you're doing to like necessarily make big money. Although you could potentially make big money if you make some sort of dramatic breakthrough. But it'd probably be more on the philosophical side of it rather than the
This just in,
holy science side of
if
it.
you're thinking about hitting the streets in
Just because my
conjunction
math
with
is okay,
changes
but
on the
you know,
major roads
it'd probably do
associated
my
with
head in trying to do
Vincentia.
um,
Good to know, Jim.
physics,
Sometimes
maths
everyone
that
has
are
a way of
physics level.
starting off fast. It's worth slowing down. And if you can, plan your trip
Oh yeah, I just find
outside
it
the
really
rush
fascinating.
hour.
I'm always watching
Oh,
videos on it.
I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything.
I guess it's
Besides,
just that whole
you'd never get anywhere.
trying to understand the mechanics of reality really. And I guess it does kind of flow back to playing this game just because you know, you're creating this world, this universe here. Obviously it's, you know, a lot simpler than our actual universe. But simulation theory really intrigues me as well. So I guess I was just thinking one day, oh yeah, what would I have to do to actually study quantum mechanics? So yeah, I asked ChatGPT to tell me all about it. Yes, the simulate. So yeah, I must admit, simulation theory intrigues me a lot. So obviously, if you can understand quantum mechanics even deeper, in theory, you could possibly get into simulation theory a bit deeper as well, understanding how the simulation actually functions, how it's coded. But yeah, don't get me wrong, I still like planning, and I'm happy that I'm doing planning now. So I guess it would be one of those things that if you know you won the lotto and you're like, oh yeah, I can afford to take 4 to 8 years off working and just study for like 8 years straight. I definitely wouldn't be doing it while I'm working, that's for sure. Yeah, the multiverse. I'm not really that sold on the multiverse theory. I'm more on the what I learnt the other day. What is it? The Copenhagen. I can't even say the word tonight. Copenhagen consensus or whatever the word is that I'm looking for. The multiverse theory kind of, I don't know, seems like it's a bit far-fetched. Yeah, so you do the same thing, yeah. It'd be cool. I mean, you know, obviously it'd be cool to study something that you're actually interested in and not have the stress of actually need to have money to live at the same time. Yeah, so yeah, you get what I'm saying. And the other side of it as well is if you did have the cash on the side, then you wouldn't have to, you know, once you got your degrees, go study or go research something that's just trying to make money for someone or some organization or some political group. Because that's what I guess scientists seem to do most of the time. Like, because they've got to make money, so they've got to get grants to do their research, and their research has got to, you know, bring a return on investment. Yeah, that's true. Yep. Still somewhat hopeful, not too cynical. Yeah, I wish these buildings would just lay out well in the first place, and then I wouldn't have to go around and move them all and then fill them in with stuff. It is quite time consuming. At least there's a bit of variety in what's being built. So how's work going for you? Yeah, I mean, the grid's good. The grid, I'm using the grid, but I'm trying to not use the grid in a way as well. Like I think the grid's good for your city center, and then I'll probably push away from the grid as I get more suburban, which is kind of like what cities are like here in Australia. They started in a grid pattern in the early days, and then they move out to these more non-grid patterns through the years. But yeah, it's really painful for these triangular lots. So got some circular motion there. But yeah, how's it all going work-wise for you? Making machines. That sounds pretty interesting though. So you're going to stay what you're doing, or are you looking to get out at some point and do something else? All right. Homeless people in this park. Okay, I think we need more residential. Probably build some more beach house places. So what's your first passion if designing is not? Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Let's build this awkward intersection. Ah, fair enough. So it's a bit, yeah. It can get a bit boring if you're working by yourself all the time. See, we're allowed to work from home 2 days a week, and to be honest, I couldn't work from home like 5 days a week. It's too boring. Need some actual human interaction. Alright, let's get some beach houses going here. Yeah, some people, you know, would happily work from home all the time, but yeah, I couldn't do it. Alright, more beach houses. I could probably build something from the crematorium. Temple. Yeah, that seems to fit reasonably well in there. Yeah, that works. Yeah, well, that's a good thing. So, yeah, sometimes you don't know what you're going to get when you jump ship. thinking the grass is going to be greener, and then you get a douchebag boss. So, yeah, that's a hard one. There's generally no perfect job, unfortunately. There's always problems of some sort. But if you've got a good boss, that's a great thing. Let's get some more trees in here. Actually, I should have a path going through there. Gotta make sure it's walkable. There we go. Alright, cool, and people can walk straight onto the beach. So there's nothing that you're, really always been passionate about, always had an interest in. It's got to be something. Yeah, designing would be awesome. That's another thing I wouldn't mind doing, just learning how to use AutoCAD properly and actually be able to design like electronically. Yeah, but especially seeing it come to life, that'd be awesome. I mean, I guess we do sometimes go out and um, they do like bus tours every now and then just to so we can see the outcomes that we've, had a hand in as well, if you know what I mean. And any stuff ups that anyone's done as well, like approved something they shouldn't have approved. Yeah, AutoCAD or whatever the See, I'm not even that familiar with what's the most commonly used thing these days. I've used a bit of AutoCAD in uni because I had free access to it, so I learnt a little bit. Like I could probably draw up a basic house. But yeah, I mean I like drawing as well, but yeah, everything's 3D, so it's not really
Been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to
easier
stay
for
off the
space
streets
problems. What do you
until
mean by that?
conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
Yeah, there is so many programs. I don't even, yeah, that's what I mean. I don't even know. I don't know. It seems to change all the time what companies are generally using. There it goes, some more beach houses. That came up pretty nice. Wonder if we should do anything here. Maybe should put a park here. Yeah, let's do this park. Ah, yeah, I see what you mean, yeah. definitely more versatility using CAD programs for that, or just being able to get it to render up a 3D image or 3D model of what you're drawing. Alright, let's give this park some trees. I feel like they need some more tree varieties. Put some palm trees, since we're near the beach. There we go. Put a couple of pine trees. Yeah, true. Yeah, well, I think I still got uni access now, but I think, yeah, maybe I should like take advantage of CAD while I still got uni access to it. Because man, that program's expensive. I don't know if there's, do you know any cheaper programs like for, I don't know, like CAD programs that aren't ridiculously expensive? No, well, basically now that I've finished my degree and I got the job where I was already working anyway, I'm back into the, what do you call it? I guess the graduate team, if you will, like the lowest level team. So I'm only working on, at the moment, I'm only really working on the most basic things um, like stuff for houses or like garages or sheds or carports or like granny flats that are attached to houses. Like basically the lowest level planning stuff that needs to be done. That's what I'm doing at the moment. So it's a bit hard because I was when I was a student, they basically moved me around to all the teams, so I got to touch a lot of the bigger stuff when I was a student. So it's a bit strange going back to the real basic stuff now. I mean, it's okay. Like I still don't mind doing it, but yeah, it's not as exciting stuff as I have touched. Yeah, you have to start somewhere. That's right. You can't expect to be doing the biggest stuff straight away. So, but yeah, it's just harder because when you've had a taste of the bigger stuff, yeah. So it's not bad. Like it's good. Oh yeah, definitely. Trying to get as much experience and everything I need to move up. That's the key. But obviously it's competitive as well. So you got to compete with other people that are trying to do the same thing. But yeah, just work hard. Don't piss people off is pretty much the key, and just make sure you like whatever work you do get given, just do it really well, no matter how small it is. And yeah, definitely be looking for the opportunities. That's for sure. Yeah, probably shouldn't put a tree there. All right. Awesome. So SketchUp. Yeah, I think I've heard of that. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. All right. So I think I'm done for tonight. I think that's enough city building for one night. But it's getting there. But yeah, definitely keen on this airport thing over here. Maybe I should. I haven't built this airport before ever, so maybe next time we'll work on the airport. and give it some good time. I'm thinking that looks like a great. If I do it there, then the flight plans aren't as disturbing. Or there. Yeah, cool. Thank you for sending that through. I'll check it out for sure. And it's even got a proper circular road. I think it's got a train station going to it as well, which is awesome. Or a subway. I just don't want to build it yet because I don't want to mess up the terrain. Alright, Ebos, well, good chatting with you. I'm going to close it off.